Welcome to another instalment of 5-minute reviews. Battle Brothers is on the agenda today, a tactical turn-based RPG commonly referred to as being roguelite. As you start a new game, you first select your origin. My personal favourite is the Poachers, in of which you start with 3 competent woodsmen and unique company abilities, which each start has. The Poachers include a preview or scout report of what you will be fighting each time you engage a new enemy, as well as faster movement around the world map. 2 things that are key to choosing the correct fights and running away when the odds are not in your favour. The trade-off of the Poacher start is that you will have less inventory space, the latter being something you can pay to upgrade later on within the retinue feature. Next up, your company name. We went for something really special here, as you can see. Then, a flag or standard has to be chosen. This is important in the late game, as you can slap whatever image you choose onto your shields and look super duper dapper. You also have the choice at this point over the late game crisis, which is a sort of challenging event that begins unfolding every 100 or so days. You can see the 4 different options below that really do speak for themselves. Then you have permanent destruction, which means that all settlements in the game can be destroyed by warring factions. I have hundreds of hours and I've never felt the need to add this degree of difficulty, but each to their own. You then choose your in-game difficulty, which is split into economy and combat as well as starting funds. It is very important to mention that the game is designed to be enjoyed, and I have to emphasise the word enjoyed on beginner difficulty, with the other difficulties designed for more experienced players who are perhaps a little angry at themselves, like me. At the bottom you have a map seed, so that you can share it with your friends if you wish to play in the same world, as well as an option for an unexplored map, again if you are perhaps a little bit angry at yourself. But honestly, this game can be difficult enough, and I do mean that in the best way possible. Once this is all said and done, you will find yourself dropped into this freshly generated world and will have your first 3 brothers to look at, each with a background and starting traits, as well as different stats, every single one of these affecting how the character fights, behaves, and even impacting on rare events that can randomly happen when you're moving around the map. Equipment is what you see next. How you equip each brother is completely up to yourself. However, stats that you see here will impact how effective each brother is with different weaponry. Armour is really the big thing that keeps your brothers alive and is the backbone of any company. Not only does each item have a completely different cosmetic look, it behaves differently, with each weapon having different attacks that have potential to injure each enemy you face in a different way, as well as some weapons offering abilities, whether it be shield wall or spear wall, one giving defensive bonuses and one offering a knockback attack for defending your lines. Recruiting new brothers to the company is something that is available at every town that welcomes you in. They appear in the form of a group of sorry looking individuals at the bottom of the town view. Once you click this, you will get a brief background story of each character, as well as their hire cost, daily wage, and a trial cost, with their current gear being equipped and viewable on their displayed avatar. Once you have the finely trained eye, you can see who's worth hiring for their gear alone. As you gather renown and your brothers level up, you can increase their stats, with the categories they excel at being represented with a 1, 2 or 3 star system. The more stars, the higher the starting amount, and higher increments of increase you get at each level. You also earn 1 perk point for each level. At this point, a whole other video would be needed to cover all of the different variations of brother you can build with what is available here. But believe me when I say there is great depth, allowing for numerous different playthroughs when this is doubled with a variety of starting scenarios. Of course, we do not run on charity in this game, and there is a thriving economy system. You earn crowns, which are the currency, from ridding towns of enemies to supplying them via caravan escort missions or trading goods for profit. The contracts you carry out for towns see a skill system display difficulty, 1, 2 and 3 skulls representing how much squeaky bum time is involved with each contract. Pay normally slides up and down to match these skulls. There is an attitude system in the game, and you can increase your standing with some of the different noble houses to gain access to higher tier missions, allowing for more reward and of course more risk. As you find yourself becoming more affluent, the retinue system can be brought into action once you gather enough renown, allowing you to earn camp followers with their own abilities that impact your party's performance. From a surgeon who can prevent mortally injured brothers from dying, to gathering loot post-battle in the form of used arrows, tools and crowns, which are all needed to keep the finely tuned party trundling away. One major detail that I love about the game, especially as a streamer, is the fact that you can rename your characters, allowing you to really create your own stories that really lie behind each individual. Looking at some of the names here, all taken from my Twitch streams, you can only imagine what had unravelled. As the 5-minute mark approaches, I will not apologise for this 5-minute review being over the mark. I genuinely love this game and want to fit everything in with the love and attention it deserves. Anyway, battles. Big part of this game. Pre-battle, you can arrange yourself in a rough formation, however during more or less every battle, you will find this falling apart the second combat starts, as you counter the enemy's movements or vice versa. The opening actions can sometimes decide a battle. If you can get 1 or 2 early kills, an enemy can sometimes completely rout from the field, allowing your men to put in hits for free when the enemy is within their area of control. In the post-battle, you get a display of how each brother performed, and there is a loot system which normally ends up with you picking at the fallen enemy's corpses for any potential items that can serve much better in your hands. At this point, I'd like to just say, if you do wish to see more hands-on gameplay and ask any questions, feel free to drop by my Twitch streams where this game regularly features, and who knows, maybe you could end up being a brother in the company. Alternatively, pop a comment below or join our Discord, where there is always someone discussing this wonderful game. I had good feedback on previous videos for my worded reviews, so let's put another together here. If you like RPGs, building your own wee stories, and playing roguelite titles, this is the game for you. It is unforgiving at times, and there is no other game I know of where you can play 4 or 5 hours, come to a disastrous end, and still think to yourself, I have just had the time of my life, with a smile on your face. If this game is something that you think you would like to play yourself, it is currently on sale on CD Keys, which is a retail website for game keys. I am partnered with them, and you can support the channel through simply buying the game through the link below in the channel description. I always appreciate support of any kind. As always, a quick thank you to the developers, Overhyped Studios, who are an incredible small team based out of Hamburg in Germany, who have been kind enough to provide me with keys to all of their DLCs to allow me to cover the game. The studio is also currently working towards releasing the title on Nintendo Switch, and quite honestly this game alone is making me consider buying a Nintendo console. Words I did not think I would ever utter. But again, thanks for watching, always appreciate any feedback, and we will catch you on the next one.